Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay cast from the South Korean ladder. We have once again a very interesting engagement here in between the two pro players. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. We have spawning here in the lower left in the green. It is Flash with his AK, with his barcode and W at the back. And we also have a barcode opponent here for him, which I'm not sure if it is Bisu or not, but a very strong opponent, as you can see, 500 APM, so this could be Bisu. I know that Bisu has 14 bars here, but I'm not quite sure if this is him or not, so I really have to recheck this. So yeah, they're spawning on a 4 spawning location, so let's just see what their build orders are. Pretty standard stuff here, pylon next to the Nexus for the Protoss, and there we have the supply depot for a Flash. So of course nothing out of the ordinary yet, no intentions here for the Protoss to go for a harassment versus Flash. It's a very not such a long replay, as you can see from the timer, only around 10-12 minutes. So let's just see what exactly is going to happen here. Is Flash once again going to try his push with his tanks, with his vultures, like he has shown us into the previous replays? Is it going to work out? Perhaps the Protoss now finally has a counter towards it. Perhaps the Protoss is going to be more aggressive and harass Flash here, not allowing him to make his game, and he's continuing with his barracks and actually with gas, so not saving any money for his expansion, going straight into a very fast gas. So this will very likely indicate to us that very soon he is going to be going for a factory with some vulture harassment perhaps, as he's also moving out here with his SCV. And a surprise here from the Protoss, a very greedy gameplay here by him, pylon straight into the fast expansion for him. So quite a greedy gameplay, but of course given the fact that it is a 4 spawning location map, this is pretty much advised here. Even the Terran could have went for a supply depot into fast expansion. A little bit risky, but then again the units are pretty late for the Protoss to harass. It would have been just a couple of Dragoons or perhaps Zealots, as the game continues with actually double gateways here for the Protoss. So a quite outstanding build order, if you ask me. Very rarely seen here by him. Usually the Protoss likes to go for gas, then cybernetics core, and then he goes into Dragoons, but perhaps he's going to try to rush the Terran with some Zealots. Let's just see exactly what his plans are here, as there is no cybernetics core for him yet, or it has just started now. So yeah, one gateway has finished, the second one will follow very soon, as the factory will also finish very soon here for Flash, having only one SCV mining gas. Let's have a look at the Protoss, already sending out his 3 SCV, the 3 probe, sorry. The SCV is already seeing everything, so Flash knows what is going on. He's even sending out his Marines to deal perhaps a little bit of damage towards the expansion here from the opponent. But yeah, very soon those 2 gateways will be pumping out Dragoons. Actually 2 Zealots are getting spawned, so the Protoss is fearing, of course, an early attack by the Terran. And we also have the first vultures getting produced here for Flash. No add-on yet for him, but in the end this will be much needed for those mines and later on for the speed for the vultures. Very, very good to have, of course, the upgrades, as now the first 2 Dragoons are getting spawned, and very soon he's going to very likely go for his upgrade for those Dragoons, as the SCV is very close by, checking everything. The Zealot, of course, is very slow, so Flash nicely abusing this, but hold on, actually Flash now moving out with yet another timing push. Actually it's a bunker rush, pretty much an all-in here for him, with 5 Marines, with 1 vulture. And how many SCVs did he pull? 8 SCVs. So just like in a previous replay, I believe I casted this, he's actually going for pretty much an all-in early on with SCVs, 2 vultures, nicely microing those Marines back and forward, even trying to build a bunker here, so he's getting immediately snapped by the Dragoons. The Dragoons, however, on the high ground, doing great damage here. The bunker is very likely going to finish here. More Dragoons should be produced, of course, by the Protoss, as now he's nicely trying to micro this hurt Dragoon, but in the end he will be snapped. The Zealots pretty much useless now here for the Protoss, as he needs the mass Dragoons with the range. And now Flash, of course, punishing this expansion. But this is going to be the end of the game, as we see we saw Rain into another replay, coming back with a Reaver harassment versus Flash. So is this the idea from the Protoss here as well? as only 2 pylons are getting produced. He really needs those reavers. Either that, he's going to do pretty much an all-in with the zealots in the front, with the dragoons in the back. The RSVs, however, ready to repair. He's trying to kill the vultures. He's trying to kill the bunker here as well, taking, however, more and more damage as one dragoon after the other is getting popped. The zealot is also taking quite some damage, and the bunker is getting saved here. So yeah, finally the range is going to finish here. The Nexus is taking more and more damage out of the bunker with the Marines. No Marines got killed. SCVs have fallen, of course. The Dragoons do hold their ground, but in the end the Nexus has fallen. So Flash with a good early harassment. Let's see if it's going to be enough. He has lost quite a large number of SCVs. The Protoss at 24 versus the 20. And now, of course, the Dragoons with range will be able to, or should be able to, snap the bunker very soon. Given the fact that more Dragoons are here than SCVs to repair. And let's see if the Protoss is going to rebuild the expansion, or is he going for pretty much an all-in, as now Flash is also going for his own expansion into this location. So all of a sudden things have turned, but look at that, Flash with a nice counter with the mines. However, the Protoss is nicely bypassing them, so he doesn't need a observer here. Just pretty much going straight forward. The Marines will be caught up with the Dragoons, so Flash all of a sudden in some serious trouble. The Dragoons much faster here than the Marines, as more and more damage is getting inflicted to the infantry here from Flash. This mine could get a good connection here, as one Dragoon has fallen and more damage is being taken here by the Dragoons. So with that, I believe the rush from him has stopped, but he needs to be careful. There are some mines here in the back, so things have settled down now finally, as Flash is going into a double factory with his expansion right here, even having a tank. And the Protoss looking like he's just going to secure another base right here. So yeah, crazy early game. We do have, however, a robotics facility bay with an observer, so yeah, those mines are much needed here for Flash, as all of a sudden Flash at 28 workers versus the 24, and even some vultures have made it here forward to place more mines against the opponent. So yeah, let's just see how the game is going to continue. Even a turret here in case there are some DTs. So Flash thinking about everything, but a little bit sloppy here. He's going to lose a vulture, and in the end those mines will also be cleared by the Dragoons. However, if you ask me, Flash having an advantage now, he's actually feeling that he has an advantage, as he's once again pushing out, this time with some tanks and with a SCV to build a turret and also to repair the units. We have speed started here for the upgrades. Let's just see if this is going to work out for Flash, as there's 3 Dragoons guarding this, but they are really hurt. So one Dragoon is going to fall immediately. Even siege tank ability has been finished by the Terran, as the siege is continuing here. He's nicely establishing a beeline to secure the reinforcements that will be pouring in from the back. So Flash, I believe, slowly but steadily will unsiege and re-siege and just move forward turret here for sniping the observer. The Protoss will of course try to surround this very soon. He is not going to have vision, as the observer is getting fended away and another turret is getting placed here by Flash. In the meantime, in the middle of the map, even more Dragoons are getting cut off. One tank is getting sniped, but Flash seems to be adding more and more units. He knows that he has the advantage. He knows that he has, of course, 38 workers, really a high amount of workers than his opponent, as the observer is giving more and more vision against the mines, but the siege tanks are really deadly here against those Dragoons, and weapons 1 has also started. Finally, we do have a Reaver here for the Protoss. Let's just see if this is going to work out for him, perhaps with a counter attack, but in the end it's just mass Dragoons versus vultures. A very bad situation here for the Protoss, as he's nicely kiting the Dragoons back, but in the end he will have to engage eventually, as the tanks are slowly but steadily closing here forward towards his expansion, and more damage is being taken. Even the SCV in the front giving good cover with the turrets. Mines are getting killed and deployed here by the vultures, as the SCV is now finally taken out. So the Dragoons making great usage of their range, and very soon the shuttle should move out. But is it going to be enough, as slowly but steadily Flash of course is moving forward. His vultures are in the front once again. The tanks don't really get any shots towards those Dragoons, and now the Reaver is getting some great connections here. I believe the Scarab will deal some damage, so even some zealots are out. But there is no speed sadly here for the Protoss, as he's taking more and more damage out of the siege tank. Slowly but steadily, one unit after the other is going to fall. Now the vultures are in the front, the siege tanks are being attacked, and the vultures give, of course, once again great cover here towards those tanks. Flash with a very outstanding game. He could even try to go for another expansion, but I believe he's just going to focus into creating more workers, more units in the end, to have the advantage to kill the Protoss. A very, very hard situation here for the Protoss. Only the shuttle with some great reaver shots could save him. Let's have a look what's going to happen. Only a Dragoon is getting dropped now. Finally, a Reaver is getting immediately taken out by all of those tanks, and the Dragoons will try, of course, their best to snipe one tank or the other, but in the end, of course, we see the GG, we see the WWE here from the Protoss. So very aggressive gameplay here by the Terran, by Flash, once again with a bunker rush. Very, very strong move out by him with 8 SCVs, 5 Marines and 2 Vultures. I believe it was very, very hard for the Protoss to counter early on. So a greedy gameplay here by the Protoss that has been punished by Flash, and also a great lesson if you're a Terran player. You don't really have to stay back into your base to defend with your tanks. You can be aggressive. Flash has shown us here into this game and into also the previous replays where he's actually pushing out with the tanks and with the vultures. So let's just have a look at the stats very quick, as I'm going to be clicking left and right. A very nice game here, but in the end the greed of the Protoss was way too much for him. He could have countered, of course, the attack with a faster shuttle and a Reaver, but yeah, in the end it was just way too much here from Flash. Flash gaining the advantage with the early push. It has been fended off, but the Protoss has just lost too much time, too much momentum, and in the end Flash gaining more workers and of course gaining the advantage into the game. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your host Tommy, signing out.